Hi everyone and welcome to another Therapy Tuesdays. Today's topic is going to be discussing issues related to volunteering in a children's home. So today's a special segment. We actually have the Voice Initiative, some volunteers that came to sit and participate in the lecture. The volunteers, Justin, is going to give us a little bit of debriefing on what the Voice Initiative is about and their goals.
Hi, we're the Voice Initiative, and basically we're a non-profit organization geared towards social change and working with children specifically. We aim to take a long-term approach to dealing with children, and we hope to gain some better insights on how to deal with them and how to interact with them from that.
So the Voice Initiative highlighted 3 topics that they wanted to discuss at the lecture today. So the first topic we're going to discuss is short and long-term effects on children at the home when strangers visit. So we're going to get into this topic now. So the first concern we're going to discuss is ineffective volunteer work. Does anyone know what ineffective volunteer work is about?
Ineffective volunteer work is where your volunteer work has no effect whatsoever on the kids.
Great.
Some examples of this are playing games, reading, hugging them. It does not have any long-term effects on the kids.
So as he just said, ineffective volunteer work includes playing games, etc. But this doesn't have any long-term impact on the children and they don't learn anything from it. So some ideas for effective volunteer work include teaching them skills, learning new trades, some arts and craft, and beneficial learning exercises. So the next concern is emotional loss over revolving door volunteers. So let's find out what one of the students think this is.
A lack of consistency in volunteering leads to emotional loss suffered by the children.
So the issue related to emotional loss with the revolving door volunteers is specifically when there's a lack of consistency with volunteers coming back and forth. They develop relationships, but when the visits are inconsistent, there's an issue of abandonment that arises after because of these emotional attachments. So the solution for this concern is to make sure that the visits are consistent and you have a formalized timeline of what you're going to do with these visits. So for the Voice Initiative, they actually have a timeline of visiting twice a month, every month for a year, that they're going to visit a specific children's home. And we also discussed that when the year is upon closure, that they prepare the children for this termination process by doing activities that make them aware of the So another concern is exposing children to sexual predators. So most orphanages with open door policies unwittingly expose their children to predators. And I also want to include not just sexual predators, but persons that may be responsible consciously or unconsciously for abusing the children on any different level. So what do you think is a solution to fix this concern and to prevent any exposure to abuse or sexual predators within the homes?
The Voice Initiative plans on doing research into their members before they come to volunteer and to make sure they have no criminal records against them, particularly involving minors.
So take the time to research your members before they actually get into the homes. So do background checks, get certificates of good character from the police to ensure that there are no past or present allegations of assault or abuse, particularly involving children, by any one of your members, and that there are no threats of any type of crime that may occur when the members enter the children's home. Another good tip is to collect the resumes of each of the members. That way you can see what specialty training or workshops that the members may have had in the past. That may lend support to some of the activities that you want to practice while you're visiting the children's home. Thus, it can give a better impact into the volunteer process. So the next topic is understanding the underlying psychological issues that children may experience with growing up in a children's home. Some of these issues include lack of resources and equipment for the children to get access to within the home, as well as limited medical care access, social and emotional neglect, as well as a lack of experience with fostering healthy, beneficial relationships, as well as experiences of past abuse as well as current abuse that may be experienced within the children's home itself or at school. Every child that comes into a children's home has a different story, and such their underlying psychology would be all individualistic, so you can't treat 2 children the same way. The key about treating children is that you have to understand where they're coming from and what their experiences were and how to treat for those specific experiences. So some of the kids may have been abused and as such are withdrawn. So you may see it as them being disinterested in the voluntary program, but it's just that they don't know how to interact with adults because all their experiences with adults would have been negative ones. So therefore you have to change and adjust yourself to treat for them. Also, another thing is that some kids may be rebellious. They may seem disrespectful, but it can be an underlying issue that they're seeking attention. They just want that love. So as the volunteer, you always have to be observant and you always have to focus on where the kids are at specifically and adjust your treatment for each child to suit. And the last topic we want to discuss is the effects experienced by the volunteers during this volunteer program. Helping others kindles happiness. So sometimes the benefits are far greater for the volunteers during this whole program. So some of the benefits include helping to reduce stress, combating depression, raising self-esteem and self-confidence, keeping the volunteer mentally stimulated, as well as providing a sense of purpose and new meaning and direction in their lives. It can also advance their career. It can help teach them job skills and also give them a greater experience in terms of giving back and communicating. Volunteers can learn valuable communication skills, leadership skills, teamwork skills, and all these they can take with them when they go to their next program or project. It brings a sense of fulfillment in your life and taps into that altruistic side that you have where you need to give back and serve others. You can have an increased cultural awareness about poverty, broken families, as well as growing up homeless. Volunteers also develop a wide range of softer skills, so you develop compassion, empathy, patience to listen and help others. Thus, the volunteers may have an increased level of emotional intelligence after their program is complete. Research also shows that there are health benefits to volunteering, a lower risk of disease, as well as physical and mental well-being. But always remember, at the end of the day, charity is always something that should be encouraged, and volunteering can be a good thing once it's structured. If you feel the need to want to volunteer, whether it's at a children's home, a senior citizens home, or the hospital, wherever it may be, then get your group of friends together. Or you can do it on your own. But once you have a physical plan set up and you have good intentions, then by all means, go and do good. We all have the opportunity to make a difference in somebody's life. And if you have a calling to do charity work at a children's home, go do it. And remember, each one teach one. Let us be the change that we want to see in this world. Thank you for viewing today's Therapy Tuesdays, and I look forward to your comments. So do have a blessed day, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.